My name is Matthew Buckowitz, December 29th, 2023, and this is my presentation on the Axon Body-worn camera and why it's important for public managers and law enforcement. Why? The advantages. First and foremost, enhances accountability and transparency. In law enforcement today, uh, we're expected to be above reproach, and not every time that is the case. There are bad apples out there, but the vast majority of officers are doing the right thing for the right reasons, and then it's all going to be captured on camera. The body cams help with reducing citizen complaints. They reduce complaints of excessive force because the officers know that they're being watched. It does help reduce racial profiling complaints, and these are all very high liability issues for agencies and managers. That helps accurately document critical incidents and those police public contacts. Again, it reduces the false complaints, but very importantly, it enhances citizen procedural justice. Many times they get phone calls from people complaining about an officer's conduct, and I watch the body cam, and the vast majority of the time, it's completely refuted. And sometimes to help the person understand that, I might even bring them down to the police department and show them the video. They may not agree that that officer's actions were good, or their expectations are high that the officer is going to be fired for dropping an F-bomb, but at the end of the day, they'll at least feel that they were heard and that someone listened to them. Better prosecution because it's all on video. And even though we have these body cams, we still write reports, but not everything will make it into the report, despite the fact the officers do get to watch your videos before they type a report. For that accuracy of the report, there's things that just they may miss. And down the road, when the prosecutors get it, they may pick up on something that the officer didn't document, and it could help with convictions. And one of the most important things for managers for the body cam is to identify and strengthen officer performance. And this is the concept of training versus discipline. Just because we make mistakes doesn't mean it's a discipline issue. It can be, but when we're talking about performance, a lot of it comes down to training and techniques that are used and decisions that are made. If a supervisor is accurately and frequently reviewing video and they see these performance issues, they could speak with the officer, they could address the issue, they could provide the retraining, and this will help have a better customer service. This will also help strengthen the community and police relations. The cost of the body cam has significantly decreased since these things first became available on the market. And what we do and why we chose Axon is partly because of the subscription cost. It's like getting a new iPhone. Instead of spending $1,200 up front, you're paying $35 a month over the course of a couple of years. And that's what we do with the cameras. I wish it was $35 a month for the camera. It's a little bit more, of course, but everything is included when you do the subscription through Axon. It includes a replacement camera for any damages. It includes everything's under warranty. It includes evidence.com access is where we store all of our data, which is very secure and protected. And it's just when bosses are using the cameras to monitor their employees and they catch these officer performance issues, it also down the road reduces civil liability to the city. So there may not be a way to necessarily quantify that, but long term, it's going to cost the city a lot less when we have these body-worn cameras. So this is a few years old, but the camera is so easy to use that even a caveman can do it, and I will show you why. It is just a few buttons. Get your lens at the top. Looks like any other camera lens. And then the image on the left there, you've got your triangle up, which is your volume up. You get your triangle down, which is your volume down. Whenever the camera's on, it beeps periodically to let the person know they're being recorded. You could turn that up, turn that down. We also tell people they're being recorded. It goes a long way to enhancing that transparency. And then in the middle, you have that select button. The select button helps with different modes for the camera. The camera's got stealth mode. For instance, if you're working at night and you don't want people to know that you're flashing and beeping, you can put it in stealth mode. Powering up the unit is simple. The image on the right, at the top there is your power button. You hold it down for 3 seconds, turns it on. You hold it down, it turns it off. The battery life indicator will be on the screen, and then the mode your camera is in will be displayed right there for you as well. When you do activate the camera, the image on the left, the event button is in the middle. Double tap it, turns on. Hold it down, it turns off. And those lights will flash red when you are recording. Easy to use. Just some additional product highlights, which is why this is important for us and for any manager in law enforcement. Our shifts are 8 hours. The batteries are 12. It has lots of storage. It could record up to 20 hours of video based on that storage amount. It's lightweight. They easily attach to your uniform. They're very sturdy. It has multiple mics. It's got 1080p video, which is important, but we don't necessarily judge the officer's actions in 1080p because the standard eye is not 1080 viewing. For me in particular, I got glasses, so I will not see as good as a camera if recording in 1080. And what's important later on, it also has a redacting component, which for the numerous FOI requests we get is extremely helpful. Our data storage is in the cloud, which is protected by Axon. We're no longer using tower after tower after tower of hard drives that are costing us tons of money. It's part of our subscription to get unlimited storage. And that's actually, if you were to compare apples to oranges, the cameras itself and then the storage would far outweigh the cost of the cameras. So having unlimited storage built in is great. It also saves us time when we're sharing our video with prosecutors, defense attorneys, or anyone else, corporation counsel. We could send them a link, they log in, and there they have it. And also works with other agencies that have other police departments that have Axon. We can share information that way. Intelligence is spread much quicker through law enforcement community. And then obviously we can communicate better and more effectively with citizens. If they want to remain anonymous, but they want to share a video with us, they can upload it to the evidence.com portal. And then also officers can view their video in their cars. This is helpful when documenting incidents accurately, so there's no issues. There are some things to consider, privacy issues. Some people don't want us recording them, but depending on the circumstances, we have no option. It's both within our policy and state law, but our policy does include times when you won't record people. They're lawfully engaging in a First Amendment protest. They're in compromising positions. Maybe they're getting medical care. We don't use it for personal reasons, things like that. FOI is very expensive when it comes to body cams. We can't charge per hour for manpower hours for the people that have to put this together. We have 3 officers working full time that review video, redact video, and give it to where it has to go and processing these requests. We are months behind because there's so many, and they don't want just one camera. They want every camera that was there. So that has to be taken into consideration when implementing a body-worn camera program. And then the use of it by administration. Supervisors are a critical component to a successful body cam program. They need to monitor it periodically, do inspections to make sure that videos are being tagged, uploaded correctly, inspections of the camera themselves to make sure they're functioning properly. But if someone is watching officers constantly and around the clock, it's going to create mistrust between the officers and supervisors, and a tool that's as valuable as a body cam could easily become a nightmare. In conclusion, planning and implementing them is very important. You have to do your research, other towns, other cities that have them. You have to get quotes because there's lots of nuances to these programs. You want to find a program that has the unlimited cloud storage. It will save you hundreds of thousands, if not millions, over the years. Strong policies are very important too. Testing the equipment, how you tag it, how you upload it, when you can and can't turn it off, when you can and can't turn it on, how we retain our data, the importance of the body cam and strengthening relations with the community, supervisory responsibilities when it comes to inspection and training. You have to have a strong policy that outlines all that. And then you have to train on not just the policy, but on the body cam itself. It's very easy to just turn it on, turn it off, upload it, move on. But there's so many cool little features to the camera. And again, supervision is extremely important. Having supervisors that are monitoring the use of the camera will help prevent mistrust between the community and the police department as far as intentionally turning off these devices, misuse of the device, make sure it's accurately being used, to make sure that if there are performance issues, we address them early on. And one of the biggest issues when we did go with this program from the community, despite the fact they wanted these cameras, was they believed we would intentionally turn these cameras off. That has not happened. We have, and that's in part due to supervisors closely monitoring their people. Citizen complaints have gone down, racial profiling complaints have gone down. And the trust that we have that's built has been tremendous, thanks in part to the body cam. And it has been very cost effective all along the way. And any plan that you implement, like anything, you always have to monitor and follow up. There might be a better body cam out there that becomes more affordable. And if that's the case, then you do your research into that. Hope this has been informative. Thank you.